Welcome back. It's been a tough couple of years for all of us, but especially for teachers who had to figure out new ways to teach their students during the pandemic. In many ways, every teacher is Teacher of the Year, but there can be only one. Here's my interview with newly named Teacher of the Year for 2022, Theresa Maughan from East Orange STEM Academy. Well, first off, congratulations. Teacher of the Year 2022. How did you feel when you found out? How did you find out you became Teacher of the Year?
It was completely surprising. I actually knew prior to the official announcement, and that was done by a complete surprise. I was prepping for a workshop to administer to new teachers in my district, and then in walked an entourage of the commissioner and other people to make that announcement to me. So I was just flabbergasted by the whole thing.
Well, your kids must be thrilled. Your own kids and the kids in your class must be thrilled, and the school must be thrilled. And I read your story on nj.com, and it's a fascinating story. Talk about why you wanted to become a teacher.
Yes. Well, there were a few reasons, truthfully. To begin with, I always played school when I was role playing with my sisters, and I always was the teacher. But in I guess it was 6th or 7th grade, my family went through an experience with the naturalization process. And, I'm a child of about 11 years old, so I'm not fully aware of everything that's happening with my parents. But they reached out to my school. I was attending parochial school, and my father's visa had expired. He had come to the United States on a work visa. He was a printer. And at the time, we're talking 1970 now, the way it worked, I've come to understand, is that his visa was not going to be renewed because it was felt that he was in a profession that didn't require immigrant workers at that point. So my teachers in my middle school, the equivalent to middle school, they really offered guidance to my family. One of my teachers, who I'm actually meeting with this week, Mrs. Roman, she helped to guide my class through writing letters and arranging for newspaper articles with the Jersey Journal. And I recently found those articles. There are actually 2 of them that was sent to me. And so she also, I think, offered my parents assistance in trying to connect them with our congressman at the time. I believe it was Congressman Gallagher. And through their efforts, we were able to stay, but it really was a very complicated process, getting from that point until the point we received our green card, and then until I became a citizen of the United States.
But your teacher activated a movement, started a movement to keep you here, and taught, I'm sure, everybody in the class something important. So she helped to change all those lives, but she significantly changed your life.
She did.
And is that, so you played teacher before that, but after that, did you think to yourself, okay, that's what I'm going to do?
Actually, after that, I thought I was going to be an immigration attorney. Because my parents worked through the process with an immigration attorney. And I enrolled at Rutgers College in New Brunswick, and I actually was pre-law. And by the end of freshman year, I just felt that there was something more that I wanted to do. In high school, I had received the History Award, and I had a phenomenal teacher, Sister Betty Ann Schultz, and she gave me as many opportunities as was available for me to just conduct research and to help in the preparation of lessons that we were presenting. And I thought back to that, And I knew that the classroom was where I felt I was meant to be and where I could make the greatest impact, have the greatest impact on more than just, interacting with a client at one at a time.
What makes a great teacher?
I would say that a great teacher is someone who recognizes the importance of making connections with the people that we teach. We have to really help them to understand that we're here for them. We have to enable our students to feel that this classroom, I call mine a learning community, is what I express to my students. And that our learning community is a place where everyone is welcome, everyone is safe, all opinions are respected, and respect is the number one rule or norm that we have within our class. And I think if you get to know your students, you get to know their background, you get to know their experiences, it makes it that much easier for you to be able to create lessons that they will more easily come to comprehend.
Do you watch the news sometimes? And I know that everything's political these days. Everything is political. So that in the middle of all that seems to be the teachers. When there's an attack on the teachers union or there's people at a school board getting upset. Do you believe that the teachers are getting their due during this pandemic and during this time?
It's a good question, Larry, because I've always perceived this as a profession. Teachers are professionals. We go through the same type of experiences to receive a certification, a license. I treat my profession with respect. I think that sometimes the conversation seems to put us in a light that doesn't quite recognize the amount of time and effort that we as a profession, as we as teachers put forward to really try to do the best and provide the best quality education for our students in New Jersey. So it does sadden me, but I know that if we stay the course, if we remember that our purpose is here to educate and to help the community and the students to just move forward and become the best versions, I keep saying that phrase, of themselves, I think it helps, but it is challenging. The pandemic has been extremely challenging for all of us in this profession.
Well, you represent all teachers very well, and I know you're Teacher of the Year for 2022, so you'll have a year to try to change minds and win over hearts. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your time. Theresa Maughan, New Jersey's Teacher of the Year for 2022. Next on Jersey Matters.
Wedding venues across the state are adjusting to high demand caused by couples that had to reschedule their weddings due to COVID-19. And they say it's been anything but easy. More on that story next.